we are going to show you this amazing home. Specifically, we're going to show you room by room how these spaces are coming to life through plants.
Chelsea's done a great job of bringing different species into this home and making it green and pretty.
Vibrant.
Yes.
So we have the plant doctor here to talk to us about how she keeps these beautiful plants alive and how she thinks about design with the plants that she's bringing and taking care of in her client spaces.
I know this much about plants, and Wendy has taught me this much about plants.
Yeah, I don't know that much about plants.
But we're really excited to learn more about how to take care of plants, how to water plants, and Wendy has been the superstar in using plants in design and styling, and hopefully you learn a thing or two. How did you even land to be a plant doctor, and was there passion, what degree, all the things?
It was the most lucky accident. Skylar and I both just got excited about plants at the same time. We would like FaceTime each other every night and show each other the leaves on our plants. And then one of my friends was like, blah, 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 at Mulberry needs help, and he met with me, and I was like, yeah, just like a smoothie a week.
Yeah,
you know, I was like, at $20, I don't know.
Yeah, but really it's about you guys diving into your passion. They became your little babies, and you realized, oh my gosh, there's a business here.
I mean, in the dirt always felt so good, which there are like tons of studies that talk about how good it is for your health. So then we decided we were doctors.
Yeah.
And I remember I made a business plan in bed one night. My husband was like, are people paying you for this?
Yeah.
And I was like, it appears.
All joking aside, you know, plants are not easy to take care of.
Right.
And you can really screw them up and otherwise kill them. I absolutely see a business for it. They always seemed like a maintenance or another thing I had to take care of that I didn't want to, and that's what's so cool about your business.
Yeah. And sometimes we do it just like we did here, where we came in, we refreshed and revitalized what they already had, and then brought in new plants as well. Gave them a plant description for how to care for the plants.
And that's why we're airing this video, is to learn how to take care of them, or if we don't want to take care of them, that there are resources like the plant doctor out there.
This is a Fiddle Leaf, but it's like a compacta. So they have darker leaves and smaller leaves, more compact together than like the huge, more typical ones.
Do you buy it with the stick, and how do you fix it?
The thing is, the more that you stake a tree, the less stable it becomes.
It's teaching it not to be strong.
Right. So one time we unstaked a fiddle that had 4 trunks, and it literally laid on the ground.
Like this. So are you gonna make him get off his crutches, or?
I don't know, that might be too big for it, but up here it's not gonna have crutches anymore. Sometimes people are like,
it still
keep
needs to
staking
be
it.
strong. Okay.
Exactly.
Wow.
So that's fine with me.
What are the biggest mistakes people make when they're taking care of their own plants? Overwatering or underwatering, or both?
Both, with a lack of consistency and then overcorrecting. Oh, I overwatered too long, now I'm not gonna water it for 4 months.
Oh, I see.
Or I didn't water enough, now I'm gonna drown it. So many problems come with both of those.
Okay.
So it's so much better to just be consistent. I would water this every week, and it should be dry 2 inches before I water again. For anything like this size or bigger.
Okay.
If it's a smaller plant, 1 inch. The biggest thing that we tell people is just to trust the finger test, because it also will depend, this is right under a skylight.
Right.
It's gonna get more light and dry out faster than if you had a fiddle
in a darker space.
Exactly. Say it's been a week and this is soaking wet, I would be like, you guys vastly overwatered this. Or if it's been 4 days and it's bone dry, they didn't water it enough.
Where does the water go?
So in my perfect world, you're watering to where no water is coming out the drainage hole, or just a drop or 2.
You are brave.
I know. I like to live on the edge.
Tell us about what this is, Chelsea.
So this is a ficus, but this is an Audrey ficus.
What do you have in your hands there?
This is our neem oil that we make ourselves. And so it's so important to dust your plant's leaves, and sure, you could just try to wipe it off, but not all of it's gonna come off. So
why do you want to wipe it off?
So the less dust that's on your leaves, the more sun the plant's gonna get. So just like when you have sunscreen on, you're not getting vitamin D, the plants aren't getting what they need. It's also preventative for pests. Spray the rag. You could spray the plant leaf, but I don't like to do that. And then you gently hold the back, and you get both sides.
You look pretty aggressive. It's pretty aggressive.
Yeah,
I'm nervous.
So they're hardy?
Yeah, I mean, you want to be a little bit more gentle with certain plants, but I'm a professional.
So what you go? So you go through and you wipe every leaf. I'm glad this Audrey doesn't have that many leaves. exciting things you said are these little.
Yeah.
Growth is happening.
So new growth is happening. So this one is like a brand new leaf that came out. We could notch this above the nodes. And what's happening a little bit slightly more scientifically is basically it puts the plant in like freak out mode, and it's like, oh no, I'm injured.
So now I need to
grow.
Okay.
So it sends it there, and then it.
And you know how when you're trimming trees out,
Yeah.
it's like, oh God, Jesus.
Oh, this is dead.
Okay.
I would trim.
I was like, would you trim that?
Yeah,
Go
totally.
get your scissors. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's have some instant gratty. Oh God.
And you can
Jesus.
tell it was fully dead because
There's
nothing
no
else.
green in there.
Wait, so what about this?
This one we should take off too.
Oh my god.
Same. But like, say that the top of this had started to die.
Yeah.
I would like cut it down here.
Yeah.
And then as long as I saw like the green in the middle, the aliveness, I would be like, okay, maybe we'll get new growth there.
Can I ask a dumb question?
Yeah, I'm
Let's
sure
say
it'll be
you
great.
thought that, let's say there was way less leaves on
Yeah.
you and you thought that your branch was dead and
Yeah.
you cut it and it's green. Wouldn't that be similar to a notch and that it could
Yes.
potentially could grow?
Exactly.
Okay, so it really is not reason for major panic.
No, say that this looked like here's another example, like it looked shriveled and dead to like here, because that's where it started dying. Getting rid of that is good.
Okay, so hanging plants.
Using plants from a wall or a ceiling are great when you're like out of floor space or you have animals that are gonna eat your plants.
What animals eat your plants?
Cats and dogs. 90% of plants are toxic. I'm not a vet, so I'm just like,
Oh, you're not a vet. Only doctor you are is of plants.
of plants.
Not of, okay.
I don't have my
Clear
medical
that up.
degree.
Okay, great.
So how do you keep these things alive?
wool.
And they're so happy. The tiniest wool I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah,
even
but
see
why?
it.
So what? You're just gonna let that go on her floor?
She shouldn't be overwatering. She waters them regularly, but I check on them.
Yeah, but
we
just
do
like
virtual.
research.
Yeah.
Oh, you do virtual.
Yeah, we do virtual.
Oh,
So Skylar
wow.
does all the virtual appointments. We just did one with.
You can't say who.
I'll tell you later. This leaf,
You would say what?
I would say, well, it looks like someone ran into it or bit it, and just trim it off.
I do see on Instagram like a big X about cutting the end of a broken leaf.
Yeah, I
off.
don't like that. I just take the whole leaf off. Because like this is never gonna get better. So aesthetically for me,
Just take it off.
yeah.
Tell us about these, Chelsea.
So these are our moss walls. We also make them in very huge wooden frames, but these are all preserved moss, so they'll last forever.
How do you preserve moss?
I don't know. I buy it preserved.
Oh, okay. No, that's good.
Yeah.
I love the honesty. No, like, why do you have them in these dishes? Like, what's
To
going
make
on?
like a little, so we're gonna do a gallery wall in the hallway. I think with all the clear ones,
Are they glued into this?
Hot
Yeah, what do
glue.
you put on the back?
Hot glued.
command strips.
Some are black, some are clear. Why not all black or all clear?
I had the vision of clear for the hallway, black for somewhere else.
Ah.
You're like not just the plant doctor.
Not
You're
just a
doing
plant
designing.
Yeah,
This is amazing.
it's very fun. I try to
Okay.
be like you guys.
Okay. What do you think people really want to know about designing with plants?
Well, it's a choice, right? And I often recommend it just because I do feel it brings life to a space.
Yeah.
And truly, it's a living thing.
If someone's gonna introduce plants to their home, what are 3 reasons why they would?
One
One
adds
is life,
character,
yeah.
right? Like these grow and they're so fun. Like you can move this back, you could put this one in the front. Just adds on interest and character.
And also color.
And color, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially against white walls, a plant just warms it up immediately.
What you've done for me is say like, oh my gosh, put a plant there. It'll help your bookcase so much. It brings it alive. There's 2 steps to it in design, I think. Is number 1 is like, where would you like to place a plant? And then make a selection in the plant store, your local super small plant store, and say, hey, I've got a plant that has this much light, or right under a skylight, or right in front of a window, or in a dark corner. Get an appropriate plant for the space, and then get it on a watering schedule. Not only source how you need, where it goes, and the amount of light it gets, how much water, but also what it's in to really feature the plant.
Here you can pick what texture, what color you want,
So it's
what
the plant
style and feel you
pot
want,
or
and
base
it's-
as well.
but it serves a purpose,
Right.
right? So it makes it a little bit more functional.
For me, what I wanted was like earthy, cool, textural. They're small.
Right.
But it adds so
beautiful.
much.
So much warmth.
Yeah,
and
so I
character.
think that's another good thing.
I would say the other thing to consider is it does actually help your health
Well,
to
they
have
could go
plants
outside.
in spaces. And when you're in a sterile room all day long and you're looking out the window, you want to be with
Yeah.
nature,
Right.
And so it brings the outdoors in,
Yeah.
and just makes it feel more complete.
It's not as scary as you think. Start small, bring a plant in your house, give it a try, and get it on a watering schedule and give it a try. Thank you for joining us with the Plant Doctors. We hope you enjoyed this video.
Please subscribe, share,
Follow.
and drop comments below. We're happy to answer any questions around designing, but plants, you might want to go to the Plant Doctor website for that.
No, we're just welcome. Glad you joined us.
Yep.
Ready?
Yeah.
Great. It only took 7 takes.